Well, hey guys, I had a thing today. I don't know if I need to do this. I got to keep that in my ears for a second. I'm going live here without my man Chris Stone, and why, you ask? The reason is I read a book. And the read a book was Jeffrey Gitomer. And Jeffrey Gitomer said, listen, you just got to go live. Now, I have a lot of live shows, but I never kind of just did it like this, just putzing around. So if you're here, or if anybody's watching on any of these things, Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or anything, put a comment in and let me know if someone's there and someone's alive. If not, I'll just talk to myself. I got no problem with talking to myself. I do it in the shower, and you do too. Don't you all just sing in the shower? I'm a big fan of singing. You sound much better in the shower. Even if you're just like, humming a tune for some reason, I don't know, the acoustics is better. I wonder if you can record something. I should record my next video in the shower. I bet I sound a lot better. All right, let me tell you the story of what happened. This is the reason why I was doing this. I was calling somebody. I guess, because it's Christmas time and that's what I do. The week when nobody's working, if you look around here, I'm in the office, ain't nobody here anymore. I guess the reason why nobody's here at all is because you're all out shopping or doing whatever you're doing. But I called this one person. I just call, all my clients or past clients or opportunities that have fallen away. And I said, how you doing? How'd you do this year? And the answer was just so good. It was just so perfect that it's crazy not to share it. He said to me, well, pretty good so far. So far. It's December 22nd. Pretty good so far. See, there's somebody who's planning on finishing strong. What about you? What do you need to do to pick up and finish strong? You see, a lot of people think you need to start January 1st and you're planning to start January 1st. Garbage. You need to be starting right now. If you want to slow down in November. You slow down in November, and then when December comes, you just hammer all the way through. By the time January comes and everybody's just getting their ball rolling and just getting started and getting juiced up and having all their meetings and you're already just slamming. It's such an advantage over the rest of the world. There's like 7 billion people in the world, and let's say there's a billion people, which is a lot. You know what a billion is? If you take a million ping pong balls, and it'll fill like your bedroom with a million ping pong balls. Well, a billion is a million, or is 1,000 of those. So you take 1,000 million, and you get a billion. Like those ping pong balls would like fill a stadium. It's that many people. So you have that many people in the world. Let's say there's a billion people on social media right now. Not one of you is watching me. Kind of crazy, but that actually feels good, because you could be a complete fool. For those of you that are worried about getting started, making videos or getting on social media because you think you're going to look stupid, don't worry about it. Nobody's watching. See, I told you I don't need anybody here to have fun. And you ought not to either. If you're a salesperson in any capacity, and your job is to go out and listen, let me tell you about sales. People think that you need a lot of techniques to sell. I mean, you got to find out, their motivation and ask why questions and all that. Man, 90% of sales is just prospecting. I mean, that's it. And prospecting is a million different things. It could be cold calling, but basically it's talking to humans that you don't know and having a good message. So that's what you need. Basic marketing for any kind of company just has 3 components. It has your message, which is your product and service. It has your marketplace, which is your target market that you're trying to deliver that message to. And then that delivery system is the media. So it's your message, marketplace, and media. And so social media is just that. It's just a delivery system of your message to your marketplace. Well, hell, you could do that at the grocery store if you take off the muzzle. You got to take off the muzzle. I had a face shield because I don't wear it. But here's rule number one of sales. Take off the muzzle. Even if all it does is it gets somebody to say, hey, you better put the thing on, at least you started a conversation, And if you're too chicken to go up to somebody else and start a conversation, if you're too weak to find something good to say about somebody else, to compliment somebody, if you just can't think of if you're so lack of creative juices that you can't figure out anything to strike up a conversation with another human being, then just take off the muzzle. Believe me, in about 3 minutes, people will be talking to you. It's the greatest thing in the world. I used to tell that to people. I used to know this girl who was very, very pretty. Believe me, she wanted nothing to do with me, but she was very pretty. So pretty that she would intimidate people and intimidate guys. And so she revealed to me that, I said, everybody must be hitting on you all the time. She's like, no, people don't do it. And so she came to the conclusion that people were intimidated. And so she didn't know what to do. So you know what tactic we used? I mean, this is great. This is just out of nowhere. She went to the bathroom and she got some toilet paper and she stuck the toilet paper to her shoe. I'm reaching down to my shoe. You can't see it right now. She stuck the toilet paper to her shoe and walked out with the toilet paper just hanging there. And anybody who saw her, that was their opportunity to walk up to her. Hey, excuse me, you got that thing tied to your shoe, and they could strike up a conversation. So she used that to attract people to talk to her. What can you do to attract people to talk to you? Maybe if it's the muzzle thing that you're so hell bent on wearing, maybe put something on there. Lose weight now. Ask me how. Right there on the muzzle. Why are you not using it as an advertising piece? This is what happens when you're just kind of freewheeling thinking in your head. Stuff just comes out. What do you do? Hey, all you people that are, maybe somebody is watching. I just can't tell. I really don't think so. Well, listen, you guys are missing good action right here. Oh, there's a thumbs up. David Denning. David Denning gave me a thumbs up. David Denning, if you're here, write something in a post somewhere. Maybe I'll see it someplace. See, without Chris Stone, my producer, I'm lost. And every one of you salespeople out there, even with technology today, there's no excuse not to elicit help from other human beings that can do things better. So, for instance, for me, I have my gal Ginger. Ginger's awesome. She's been with me for 100 years. But, I have, as you can tell just from hearing this, I have pretty much ADD. And, my mind is all over the place. And sometimes I'm on a great conversation and a great sales call. And, I finished the call. I took all my notes and everything, but then I have to take those notes and put them into the CRM. And then I'll get an appointment. I have to set an appointment, and then you have to go and, send them the invite and all that stuff. That stuff, I could be on a call. I could talk to complete strangers, but actually taking it from there and making the appointment might take me another 30 minutes. It's torturous for me. Torturous. So what do? I take those notes. I take a picture of it. I send it to Ginger. Ginger sets the whole thing up. See you later, potato. I'm making the next call. Now, I'm not telling you to steal Ginger from me. I think she's awesome, but there's virtual assistants out there and tons of people that for $10 an hour can do things for you that's going to save you oogles of time. And by the way, in my program, the Sales Army of One, that's your responsibility. I remember when I was a stockbroker a million years ago, I was with Bear Stearns, who was out of business. And then I was with Smith Barney, who was also out of business. I mean, I was a terrible, terrible stockbroker. I was really good at getting clients. And I can make you a little money. Here's the rule. If you started with a lot, I can make it a little. Oh, look, there's another eyeball here. Somebody else is watching. Put your name in there. Do a comment. Do something. I'm lonely out here. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. My man, Chris Stone. Chris Stone. So here's what happened. I read Jeffrey Gitomer's book, which is basically Go Live. And I got so, enthralled. I said, I can't wait to go live again. I'm going to start putzing around like this. And so you, Chris Stone of Cast Ahead, are my only viewer. But, that'll change because tomorrow will be different. Anyway, so when I was a stockbroker, I completely forgot I was going to say. See, usually when I give speeches, I have somebody in the audience that I'll say, hey, what was I talking about? And we'll go back to that. So we can't do that right now. But here, so we learned another thing. So the reason why I started doing this live thing today for another, how many minutes? I gave myself, I'm going to be on this thing for 15 minutes. And, it's a challenge. That's a good challenge for yourself. See if you could ramble coherently for 15 minutes and provide a modicum of value. The king knows. That's right. So there's got to be a way to put your thing. Oh, look at that. I did that, Chris Stone. I put it on there. I'll do the other one. Deej. Look at that. Ha! I could do this. Yeah, I'm digging the logo there for Casa. By the way, for all you thousands of watchers and listeners, Chris Stone is a producer like no other. So if you're thinking, just even the back of your mind, just thinking, hey, it might be cool to have a podcast, or it might be cool to, become a star or something like that. You got to call Cast Ahead. They are dynamite. The whole team there is so good, and they'll give you so much value even before you pay a dime. And then when you pay, even more. But what happens is they get their hooks in you, and they're so good that you can't leave them. What if you were like that too? If you were really that good in whatever you're doing right now, if you were that good, you'd be willing to give your stuff away for 3 months, because then they get their hooks in you. I can't figure out, all you CRM companies, are you out of your mind? Give it away for 6 months. Give it away for 6 months. Get somebody on it. So once they're there, they're hooked. It's like heroin. They can't get rid of it. Then you got them forever. So that's, if your product is that good that that people are going to be happy and satisfied, go ahead and give it away. Give it in their hands. And here's the thing. It's the old Picasso rule. And the Picasso story. The Picasso story is, he was, by the way, Picasso never paid for anything. He was an artist guy. And so he would go out to eat, and they'd give him a napkin, and he'd write his name on the napkin. That's what he paid with, because, they wanted his autograph. And so we would do that. So one guy at the bar said, hey, can you do a little sketch for me? And so he wrote him a little sketch, and he says, thank you very much. And the guy, how much do I owe you? And Picasso said, it's free. And he says, what do you mean it's free? I got to pay something. Listen, I'm a man. I'm going to pay you. That's the whole thing. And hey, look, Jim Fuhs is in the house. Hold on. Look at that. Hello, Dan Jourdan. Where'd he go, Jim? And that's your bride. What's your wife's name? So I could say it out loud for 3 people to see. So go ahead and do it. Anyway, so we're back on Picasso. Looking good with the Samson. Yeah. By the way, if you want to get this, Dealcasters on Amazon. It's a great show. Dealcasters. Get the Q2. They'll give you a deal, and they're awesome. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Picasso. So I'm talking with so Picasso says, take it for free. He goes, no, I got to pay you. He says, all right, you want to pay me? It's 10 grand. And the guy, what are you, nuts? How am I going to pay you 10 grand? It took you like 2 seconds to do this little sketch, and you gave it to me. And Picasso said, yes, but it took me 40 years to get to that 2 seconds. You see, he wasn't willing. So when you're giving your stuff away, you give it, so you charge either full price or free. And you give it free to get them sucked in, and now they got you. And then you charge full price because they know how good it is then. And if your product is that good, you ought to be able to do that. If you make that your New Year's resolution, say either it's free or it's full price, you'll get more people to try it, and then people will stay with you once you keep going from there. What What do you think of that, Jim Fuhs? Oh, wait, hold on. Karen Fuhs. Look at that. And so now she's famous in front of 3 people. You know, it's going out to, just thinking, I don't know if you were here earlier, Chris Stone, but I was counting, there's like 7 billion people in the world, you know, 1 billion people out there. But right now there are 3 of us here on this little party line. Well, this is great. Listen, guys, Christmas isn't for another couple days. And that means you have another couple days to get the edge on everybody else. Everyone's in buying mode now. And not just in buying mode trying to get gifts. People are in buying mode in their business as well. If you could share with them that you have a product right now that they can get a jump start on all their competition, because if they start it now, boom, they're ready to go and they take off. If they wait till everybody else, first quarter this, second quarter this, it'll be Halloween before you know it. You be the only person out there while people are in they know it. Listen, they just went out and bought a kayak. For whatever reason, they spent $750 on a kayak. And you got a product here it's an investment that's gonna earn them money for the rest of the year. And you could say it's less than your kayak. You could use that to say, hey, what did you buy just recently? This is a good preview of tomorrow's live show. Oh, hint, hint. Very good. In other words, use the buying mode that people are in right now to share with them, to let them know that it's just money. I had a waitress. And here's a waitress. We went out to, it was a hamburger joint. So we went to a hamburger joint to my wife and myself, and we had a really great time. It's a nice place. Lucky Burger. I don't know, something like that. Very nice. Dogs running around. It was very cool. They didn't make you wear the muzzle. In fact, even the dogs didn't have to wear the muzzle. It was like free muzzle. It was muzzle free there at the Lucky place. And so we went there, and we had a good time. And, you know, the bill, let's say, was let's say it was $50. I don't know what it was. Let's say it was $50. And so my wife left, 20% of that is at $10. So she left 20%, or maybe even more, 25%. She likes to leave more. Maybe it was $15. I don't know what she left. And she was there. I mean, we'll probably never see that girl again. But she just came, and just for dinner, you're willing to give somebody 25% because they gave you food. And here you have a product that's going to earn them money, possibly for the rest of their life, tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Don't be ashamed. Just compare it to what they're already spending. If you got a product that's $50 a month for a CRM or something, or some sort of SaaS program, and that's your product that you're selling, you say, listen, did you go out to dinner this week? You probably spent $100 out for dinner this week. That's gone. I mean, see you later, potato. I mean, that's not even a fancy meal. That's like getting a couple of burgers. But here we're selling you a product, or we're talking about a product that's going to make your life better. So how you make money during the holidays selling your product is by comparing it to what they're already spending. In fact, you just go out shopping and you go out to lunch while you're shopping, and it's the same. That's like an extra bonus that you don't even think about. So we're going to talk about stuff like this with much more excitement, because my man Chris Stone is great at generating buzz and getting people to come around and all that stuff. And tomorrow we have a great show with both Chris Stone and Jim Fuhs, and some special guest stars that don't know about it yet, that are going to come on the show. So I had a lot of fun here today. I don't know if you have, but if you just check us out tomorrow. I'm sure if you follow me, you'll get it all. And we're going to have a great time talking about year-end recaps and how you can benefit from all the anxiety that everybody else is feeling. This is a good time to be alive, baby. I'm the Deej. You're the best. Go get them today. Take it easy.